Welcome back to our channel, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had your homie from Connecticut smash that subscribe button, go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to all the patrons. I love you guys. I see you guys, man. You guys are the heartbeat behind the channel and the mission. Thank you. This episode right here, man, your boy's on the road. You guessed it. New York, Connecticut, East Coast, Beast Coast. That's a good one. Beast Coast just came out. And, you know, doing a couple interviews. You guys know that. Initially, I was going to do a video on what's it like to travel with the California Department of Corrections. Whether you're going to on a transportation run, overnight run, Chino riots in 2006 and burns the whole place down. You show up to work and they tell you grab your shit, you're going. But I'm like, I was laying in bed and I'm like, I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons of being general population, right? Blue side. If you're if you're an inmate, what are the pros and what are the cons on remaining GP? All right, I got to get this one out of the way because it's at the forefront of my brain. I got the heater on. It is fucking freezing over here. Anyways, a cell fire. Okay, you could probably go your whole GP career without ever seeing a fucking cell fire, which is a beautiful thing, man. Ain't nobody trying to deal with a fucking idiot lighting their cell on fire. And let me tell you, that happens often, and I do mean often, on a sensitive needs yard, SNY, including EOP. To me, it's all the same, SNY, EOP, because they're just mixed, right? It's just one big no bueno when it comes to this type of behavior. I mean, they light their cell on fire, Hector. They put all kinds of trash at the front of their fucking door. They barricade their door for no good reason. So we cannot open the door. It's almost like suicidal behavior. I don't know if I can say that on here. They light a massive fucking fire in the cell while they're in there. I don't know why they do this. Well, besides to get attention. But, oh, it's all bad, man. We're struggling with the door. So sometimes you got to pop the actual door off the hinge, off the top. That requires a tool and all kinds of extra unnecessary BS. So if you're a GP inmate, you ain't got to deal with your property smelling like beef jerky. Here we go. On to the next one. You have friends, okay? You have people that will have your back, okay, up until they stab you. But don't trip. You do actually have friends, meaning you're really not going to get in... No. You're not going to get into a one-on-one fight of a person of a different race or a different gang or a different group. As everybody knows, in GP, California, general population, one goes, everybody goes. Doesn't matter what race, what gang, what faction. It's like lighting a fucking forest fire with gasoline and a bomb. Boom! Here we go! Get down! Get down! Oh, I purposely came to the car so I could yell. And talk loud. I don't want to be yelling in the hotel room. Speaking of the hotel room, I didn't know that my manager snores, right? Believe it or not, I put on my shoes. I thought about taking flight on him. I was going to give him a calentada, right? A 13-second calentada for snoring, disrespecting, right? Like, oh, man, geez, motherfucker. I'm right there contemplating my life, man. Like, I ain't never been to a Connecticut jail. Probably a lot of white folks here. But, GP, you're not going to see things that go against your beliefs, your core beliefs, your core values. And this is great because I saw the same thing, right? This is no disrespect to nobody. If you're not used to seeing it, or if you see it for your first time, you will be taken aback. Okay, after a while, you get used to seeing two boys kissing. The fuck, Hector, you just say? Oh, man, that's asco. I remember the look of all the dudes that touched down from Calipat to Charlie Yard, RJD, SNY, EOP. I remember the look in the holding cells in the gym. Because they were not having a good time. And neither was I. And I would go over there and holler at them. I was a lieutenant. I'd be like, hey, they'll be straight up. I made a mistake. I made a mistake by coming over here. But they were literally going to get stabbed to death at Calipat. Like there was no ifs, ands, or whats. They were gonna die, period. So they had to come over to the other side. And they were like, oh, no, man, no. And I just start laughing, not at them. I don't know why my phone froze and stopped recording. It just done pissed me off. This is gonna be a part 2. Anyhow, you have the GPs in the holding cell and Charlie Jim. And I'm trying not to move too much because the phone's gonna fall over. They hated life. Okay, so you as a GP soldado, you're not gonna see things that are gonna make your mind upset. Like, no disrespect, transgender inmates freely walking around with chichis and lonjas and nalgas everywhere with homemade women attire. Ooh, it's literally homemade, right? I want you to imagine a hood rat in the hood. Okay, I want you to, everybody knows this. Go think back to when you were home. The ugliest hood rat in the hood, okay? Now add 80 pounds of fat on that girl, okay? Now add a beard and a penis. That's what you're gonna be looking like. Oh man, this shit ain't cool, man. Fuck. Anyhow, fuck me, man. What'd you say? Oh my god, that's the type of shit, right? You can't function on the SNY like that because there's just so many. They're gonna hit you out of left field. Structure on a GP. Structure is fucking great. I don't care if you're military, blue, green. Politics needs structure. Structure is good, man, because there's no surprises. Routine, regimen, you fucking work out. Working out is great, fantastic. It's good for your mental health. You roll up your mattress, you're clean, you practice sanitary things, right? I don't know why you go to SNY yard and it's just fuck, man, like Skid Row, See all kinds of fucking raunchy shit. Being on a GP, another pro. Theft. You ain't got to worry about people jacking your shit, so to say. You go to an SNY yard, your shit's gonna get jacked over and over and over again. Drugs, property, anything, man. Your culo, everything's gonna get jacked. Another pro on GP, and this is just dumb. Listen to what I'm saying. Respect. Ego. You do get that. The respect. You get the ego to say, I never went to the other side. I kept it solid. All right. Now, but understand that. That's a pro. That is a pro. But like, materialistically, you're not gaining anything. Maybe fundamentally. Fundamentally, you're probably saying, hey, I held on to these beliefs. These are my beliefs. And I rode it out to the end. Okay, that is a double-edged sword. That is a double-edged sword. Because if you have the option to go sensitive needs yard, to go home, that would be a better fucking plan. Trust me, over and over again, than to remain solid and remain in prison for the rest of your fucking life by catching cases over and over again. I said it. That's how I meant it to come out. That's how I said it. You tell me how important do you think your beliefs and your value systems are if the outcome is going to be extremely, extremely negative and detrimental to yours and your family's lives, period. Now the cons, oh my goodness, man. The cons would be, you're going to catch extra time. you're gonna be asked to do something. Carry dope, move dope, hold dope, make weapons, carry weapons, use weapons. You're gonna catch extra time. Can you catch extra time on an SNY yard? You're more likely to catch extra time on a GP yard. On a GP yard, you can get yourself involved. You will get yourself involved in shit that doesn't involve you, right? One of your fucking homies is drunk on the tier, disrespects another race, he kick it off. Now you're involved because that fucking guy couldn't handle his liquor. Will there be repercussions for that other guy? Yeah, but it's too late. You've already caught a fucking participation in a riot, battery on enemy with a weapon, attempted murder, a murder. What the fuck's the point? That's a fucking con. Another con is, you know, what the hell? Is that a cricket? That's a Connecticut cricket. I've never seen one before. That's not a racist term. It's like an actual insect on the wall over there. I don't know how to flip this camera around. I ain't gonna fuck with it. Ultimately, your GP, you're not being your own man. Yes, I am, Hector. Nah. You're paying taxes. You're paying rent. You're living somebody else's hopes and dreams. You're living somebody else's nightmare. Period. Hector, you be keeping it too real, man. You be hurting us with your harsh words. Despensa, with all due respect. Another con to being GP would be it's another double-edged sword. You're gonna have to accept somebody else's problems. Let's say you have a cellmate that's an OG C number, possibly a heavy hitter, who knows, and they're in possession of a weapon, which they wouldn't be because they don't need to be. Everybody else is strapped. They're in possession of dope, whatever, a contraband. They hit the pad, the CO. That OG is gonna pressure that youngster or that soldado. Hey man, that's yours, right? Not even that's yours, right? Just that's yours. Yeah, you're right. That's mine. Hey, LT, I want to plead guilty to that possession of drug paraphernalia. That's not my Sally's. That's all mine. What you did is you just took the rap for somebody else. On the SNY, you don't have to take a rap for anybody. And if you want to, you could, but that the fuck. GP, you do have to if you get put in a predicament. I was gonna say a con of being GP would be the scandalous politics, but the scandalous politics are everywhere. GP, SNY, green, blue, fucking everywhere. Administration, scandalous politics are fucking everywhere. With that, I'm gonna end it because I was adding the time up, 7:45 plus the other 5-minute video that got cut off. I don't know if I'm gonna mix it. Your boy's not very that savvy when it comes to editing and shit, man. So the message for today, look, I gave you pros, I gave you cons. If you can see that those pros in prison, a lot of it has to do with like ego. Right? I'm not telling everybody, hey, roll it up, everybody go to SNY, but you can parole from a GP yard. No, let me put it this way, man, because this is what I've seen. If you're a lifers, from what I've seen, lifers parole, the majority parole out of the SNY side, the non-designated side, the level 2 side. That's what I've seen, right? So if you're young with an L and you think you're gonna go to the shoe, they don't have the shoe anymore. Your best bet is to lower your points as fucking fast as possible. Go to a level 2 non-designated and get the fuck out of there and never go back and start contributing to the fucking society before Hector Bravo gives you a calentada. With that, keep pushing forward.